one of the Toastmasters curriculum, which comes into the leadership and success series, where we are talking about working in team environment. Before getting into this one, let's have wow ways of working. So I strongly believe in this one. So this program until the end, I request you to keep your videos on so that I can able to see you, and keep your mics on also, because it's going to be an interactive session. In case if you have in a noisy environment, then you can switch it off, or otherwise I prefer to keep it on so that I can ask certain questions and you will able to participate. But that's a main reason to limit the strengths to the XCOM, so that you can really participate in this group activities, take it forward. Yeah, so there are a lot of exercises are there wherein you need to participate, you need to discuss among the people. So even though you are in a virtual environment, think that this is going to be the new normal, wherein you have to work in a Zoom environment, online environment. So how you do an XCOM meeting? So you have to converse, raise your points. So let's be a practice session here today. So keep your mics on to take it forward. So there are certain segments we are going to have timed ones. So say, but I will say 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So I want you to try to conclude that session in that particular period of time, so that we can make sure that we will achieve our objective. So we are starting our meeting a little bit late, about 15 minutes. If I would try to make sure that we will try to finish by 8:30. If not, maybe we need to extend a little bit, but I will try my level best to finish the meeting within that. Maybe certain points which you are pretty aware of. And before proceed, can we all have say about 10 to 20 seconds? I think my intention for this particular program is to enable you to think on the team environment, learn about leaderships, team leadership, uh, what are the things we can effectively do as a team and try to achieve. So all those things, what I'm trying to say to you, it should be simple enough so that you will register enough, so you can practice it and try to get the benefits. So that's my intention today. So write down what is your intention today, for maybe in your mobile, or maybe you think about what is your intention. Maybe that's 10 minutes, 10 seconds. Keep in your mind what you want in today's session. So think on that front what you want. Maybe I can ask one of you to say what was your intention today, then we take it forward. So I give you 20 seconds to think on what you want today. So who is the youngest member here in this group? Youngest Toastmaster in this group?
Look like me, but Nived is saying.
I'm talking about the membership thing. Kanabran raised the hand. I think if anyone else says that no, it's me, so no one else. So Kanabran, what is your intention for today?
Well, I come with open mind. My cup is empty, so I need to know. I really don't know anything right now, so I need to know exactly from whatever subject we are going to discuss, entirely from your end.
Okay, thank you, Kanabran. So I hope I will fill your cup today, so that it's full when you leave this session. Good. So this is a team here. Yeah, XCOM is a team, and we always hear about dream team, dynamic team, super team, team of the century. And we say so many things when a lot of teams which really win and they try to bring miracle, we put a lot of words. I think whether it is in office, whether it is in the club. When I was the PQD, the program quality director, working with Sham, they call it Quest team. So when an area director, Mansur Mohiddin was the division director, people said that this is a dream team. I mean, you got nice area directors and the division leaders are all dynamic guys, so they call it as a dream team. So people come with so many things. So what is in your thought, like what does a team brings to the table? Can anyone say what does a team benefit, or what is it, the one thing or one or two things which you think the team makes it special? What's the
So
benefit?
some collaborative ideas, some innovative, supporting each other.
Supporting each other, that's good.
Yeah.
And respect their views and points. Give a full freedom to say their views in a team, Stanley.
Fine, that sounds good.
I would say vision. I would say vision and mission.
Vision and mission. Okay, that's right. So all answers are good. I will limit here because we need to go. If we look at team benefits, who are all getting benefited is first is individual members. So every individual members are discovering themselves and they're trying to explore and try to take it forward. And next is that particular organization, whether it is a cricket team or a club excom. If the team is successful, what happens is the club is the President Distinguished Club, and last year we, as a district, it was 116 as one of the number one in the club. So when everyone excels and the organization gets success, and there's another person is also getting benefited. That is the leader. So when everyone does good and the organization really good, the one person is really feel good about is the leader. So even we say it is a team, there is a leader involved. So it could be a small team or a big team, and there is always a leader. So if you look at previously, we have a term called authoritative leader. So these days we have team and we call it a team leader. So what comes in your mind if you look at authoritative leader? Anyone says? So we have team leader, we have authoritative leader. So if you have to say authoritative leader, what comes in your mind?
The leader who can take the decision, the final decision.
The authoritative leader. We are talking about authoritative leader. So you're saying that the guy who takes a decision.
Stanley, I would say that the one who takes the decision and imposes the decision on the team members, instead of asking a team's opinion, members' opinion, he takes decision alone and then he imposes on the team members. That's what authoritative leader I
That
feel.
sounds good. That sounds
And
good.
authoritative leaders are usually demanding. They want
Very
the task
demanding.
they want the task to be done at very specific timelines within that deadline.
So very demanding, and they want the job to get done. Anyone else would like to contribute?
Yeah, he is always expecting the good output each and every meeting and each and every things.
Good. Thanks, Suleiman. Anyone else would like to contribute for authoritative leader?
He will be fully dedicated and hard worker.
Authoritative.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Good. Tripti, I see something in your mind. Shoot it out.
Sir, I think the leader who always wants to take success on his head and blames for the mistakes on the team.
Fine, that's very good. Very good. Thanks for saying that. So that's the thing. That's the thing we are looking at, authoritative leader. So one authoritative leader is the one who feels responsible for everything. He says anything has to happen, it has to happen only through him. And I rightly point out, all decisions are taken by him. So there is no collaboration. It's my decision, my way or highway. tells everything what to do. I think Navneet was mentioning about that, right? So you need to do whatever you've been said. You have to do it, and avoids conflict. So he doesn't wants to anyone to have any kind of an air and opinion. Okay, Tripti, are you in line there?
Yeah.
Discourage commitment.
Correct.
Discourage commitment. I have to do, and this has to be taken forward. So this is all things with authoritative. So when you look at this slide, and this is what authoritative leader is, what could be a team leader?
I have one question. This discourage commitment in the sense, what does it mean here exactly?
Yeah, I will say here. So by not allowing the group to take part into a collective action to take it forward. So what happens is when a group takes forward a commitment and take it forward, what happens is he doesn't get the limelight. So he will always try to make sure that there is no one forming as a group decision to take it forward. So he encourages that particular commitment from the whole group. So he will always pick and choose for the task, and that task to be assigned. So that's the collective commitment for an authoritative leader is challenging his authority. So that's where happens. He will always divide and rule kind of a thing. So he doesn't want everyone, because we will come in this slide. So there are certain things as a team dynamics, you need multiple level of relationship is required. So I will explain to you things. So that's one of the important thing is discouraging people not to take care of each other and all those things. So he will say that you don't need to support that particular person. It is his job. He has to do it. So what happens is there is no commitment between the members to take it forward. Is it clear, Kanapura?
Yeah. Got it.
So what you see from this is team leader. So what a team leader should stand for?
He's set by an example, like instead of expecting members to do, he will do first, and then he will show that how it can be done. So that's a team leader.
Okay.
Support the team member who is lacking in the job he has provided, and helping them, supporting him so that he can do that.
Good. That sounds good, Raj Mohan. Anything else you'd like to add? Who is the team leader? So you have 2 points. What more? I need another 2 more. Okay, so let's learn. So first and foremost is he shares the responsibilities. So he is not going to be the one-man army. He will always shares his responsibilities, give opportunity people to experience that roles and take it forward. Felicitate in problem solving. So what happens is if there is a problem, and he will leave it to the team for the collective wisdom and try to find how we can able to solve that particular one. Ask others for input. A leader doesn't need to know everything. I know certain skills. I can support that, but certain things I need to be open and saying that I don't know. I don't know these things. I'm not very good in this technology. Can you help me out? It's always a good thing to take it forward. Encourage 3-way communication. We always hear about 2-way communication, bottom up, bottom down, as well as sideways. So what happens is you have a cross function. You will make sure that you will talk to your peers, you will talk up to the higher up, you will go down to the members, and everyone are being communicated, addressed, listened for taking forward. The other authoritative is avoiding conflict. Here is he will address the conflict. Whenever the challenges are there, he will try to listen and try to address that particular issue, how it can be resolved. And another one is here he will foster commitment. He will always make sure that everyone belongs as one team, and he will try to do it as a commitment, like we all together we will achieve that particular goal. So these are the things of a team leader. So this is very critical. I mean, you may be a president, you may be a VP education, you may be a treasurer or a sergeant at arms, but you are a team leader. So it is not just the club president. So everyone are playing a part, and sometimes you will be acting as a team leader. Maybe some task will be assigned to you, irrespective of your title. You may be assigned a task and you need to perform it. At that time, you are the team leader for the task to be achieved. So you need to start to molding yourself, changing your mindset that I am also a leader. I may be given certain tasks, and I have an opportunity to achieve that particular task with my team members. So maybe you have to have some team members in your things to achieve that particular task. If you look at this one, I will ask you one question. What are the important assets of a team? I just gave away in my earlier comments. What is the important asset you will find in a team? Two things are there. Two critical things are there in a team asset. What would be?
Taking everyone all together. Taking everyone all together.
Okay. What are you taking together all together? What is that?
I mean, in the picture, I can see that.
Forget the picture. I've just said that the team members don't look into the. I mean, I'm just giving you a feel as a team. If you see 5 people are there, so what is the asset here?
If you're talking about one vision, then the vision should be common so that we can reach at a common mission.
Fine. I mean, vision. I agree with you, but what is that 5 people here? The team members of 5 people are there. What is the asset here?
Each one is taking responsibility for their work.
Okay.
It's one person speaking on behalf of the rest.
Okay, one speaking. And don't get into too much into the picture. I'm just put a picture to say that it is a team. So if you are a team, now we are about 7 to 8 people are there with the immediate past president. 8 people are here. What is the asset of this particular team?
Yeah, we get the idea of 8 people.
Yes, Uday, please.
Yeah, we get the idea of the 8 people, which will help us to find out we'll come to the common point and the common decision, you know.
Very good. Yes, thank you, Uday.
One second. All are moving in the same direction. All are moving in the same direction and ready to move.
Fine. Thanks, Tripti.
Proper communication between all the team members.
One second. Let me give an opportunity because Kannan was stepping with some thought. What is Kannan? What is your thought?
Talking about unity in strength. Basically, what Uday Shankar said the same thing. We have 8 brains working on a similar single problem, which will be of some strength. And as a group unity, which will be a cohesion, which will be more strong.
Okay, fine. That's good. Thanks. Nice thing. I will give the opportunity to Vinith and I will take it forward from this thought. Yes, Vinith, you want to add something different into this?
Yeah, there should be a proper communication between all the members always.
Yeah, fine. My question, yes, thanks. That's critical. My point is, what is the asset? As Kannan and Uday made it across here, the important asset here is 8 people's experience. Each one, I think, over there, in about 20 years of experience in a different professional life, or maybe about 40 plus years of life experience. That is what your asset of that particular team. And another asset is 8 people will think differently. So what happens is you have the knowledge of 8 people at the same time looking at a problem in an 8 different way and try to come up with a solution to take it forward. So that is the very critical asset for a team to take it forward. And today what we are trying to do here is what leaders have to focus in this particular arena. So what happens is these are the 5 focus we will touch upon: developing team relationships, encouraging commitment, fostering collaboration, building trust, resolving conflict. So these are the 5 domains we will touch one by one. So we are at the slide of developing team relationships, the first element. So these are the important factors we need to look at when you are trying to be there. Do we get into, maybe you would have had an ExCom meeting, I don't know, you got elected a few weeks before. Shekhar, did you have an ExCom meeting or an informal meeting with all the members?
No, as of now, there is no informal meeting.
Okay, fine. So this is the first meeting you are meeting across.
Yes.
So do you think that by having first meeting, we will all gel together and we will all work together and we know each other and try to take it forward?
Yes. Yes, I agree on that.
It needs to be developed over time.
Over time. Absolutely, it takes time. I got married to my wife and it took years for me to, both of us to really understand each other. So a marriage will take place in the church and the priest will bless and we will exchange a ring. It doesn't mean that the relationship flourish on that particular moment. You don't know when one fine day that you start to love each other. Maybe for Shekhar's case is totally different. He was loving for 8 years and then got married. For rest of the gay people, if I don't know about the other people's history, so in my case it takes time. So building relationship, it takes time. It doesn't just you bring some team, everyone will be able to get into it. We can all say that we are part of ExCom. It takes some time and energy, and for that we need to put effort to have it. So the most important thing is we have to feel that belonging, that where I am, why I am this particular part, whether I have all the authority to do the things, whether I have the access to resources to execute. So much of things are that we call team and we can give some person and finally you don't have the authority or you don't have the resources to execute, you won't be able to perform as a team. And imagine that if you have an authoritative leader, if people are not able to express properly, definitely you're not building a team relationship. So these are the different factors which involves in a team relationship. So let's do an exercise. Are you all excited to do an exercise?
Yeah.
But this is, if it is from Joseph, don't think that it is going to be on physical exercise. So looking at the physics, you can understand it is something virtually we will try to communicate and try to do it. I want you all to keep the microphones on, and I'm going to display. You can all see the slides, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So there is a questionnaire here. So there are about 9 questions. So I want each and every one to participate on this questionnaire. So I will say the first question is where you were born. You don't need to read the question. So everyone knows the question. So you say, I was born in Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. Where did you spend your early years? I'm just reading it for the first time, but for you, don't need to do that. I was spending my early years in Tuticorin, that's in Tamil Nadu. What type of work you do? I'm in the safety department, handling the safety programs. What do you like the best about your work? Engaging people, enrolling people for the new initiatives. Yes, I'm married. I have 2 children, 1 boy and girl. What are some of your hobbies and interests? I'm passionate about photography and I like to gaze at the sky. I like to see stars, moon. So whenever there is some solar eclipse, in the lunar eclipse, or sometimes I'm just watch the skies for some time. So that's one of my interests. Where was your last vacation? That was in Indonesia. I was in Bali for about a week last year. I think that's a good memory to have now in this COVID period. So these are things about me. So I want each one of you, I think we will start this time from the senior most, from Uday Shankar Shah, or anyone else is there?
Yeah.
Okay, we will start from Uday, then we will take it forward. So whoever wants next.
Yeah, can I start?
Yes, please, Uday.
Yeah. I was born in Kathmandu, Nepal. I spent my early days in Kathmandu. I am working as a civil engineer. My work is to get an end product. Once we start the work, when you get the end product, just like a building, that is my just about work. Yes, I'm married. I have 2 kids. My hobby is playing cricket, and my interest is on swimming. Yeah, and my last vacation was on Rajasthan, the Mount Abu.
Oh, wow. Good, good. Thank you, Uday. Can someone else start, please? I'm not calling the names. You need to start. Who is next?
Why is
Let
everybody?
me start. Let me start. I was born in Indore, Madhya Pradesh. I spent my early years at the same place, Indore, Madhya Pradesh. I'm a teacher. While teaching, I feel satisfaction, and this is one of the best part that I like about my work. Yes, I'm married. I have 1 son. My hobbies are listening music and collection of quotes. And I'm really interested in teaching and teaching and teaching. My last vacation was in Serbia. That's all from my side.
Thank you, Saga.
Serbia, yeah.
So who's going to be next?
Okay, I'll start. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rajmohan, go ahead.
Yeah, it's Rajmohan. Yeah. I was born in Tanjavur district. I spent my early years with my grandparents, which is a bit different. I studied so many schools, around 10 schools in my school years. I work as a quality manager. This is my old profession. What I like about my work is a bit difficult. I need to maintain the quality, ensure that I'll face a lot of criticism and to ensure the work is being delivered as per the quality requirement. Yes, I'm married. I have 2 children. Both are boys. The hobbies are reading books. Interests are playing football and playing cards as well. My last vacation was in Georgia.
Good. Thank you, Raj Mohan. I think Kannabaran was raising the hands. Kannabaran, go ahead.
I will start now. I was born in a small town called as Vedaranyam in a village, Sarvakatalai. It is in Tanjore district, now currently Nagapattinam district in Tamil Nadu, India.
Okay.
I spent my early years in many number of places. Where my father was transferred, I was going there as a child in Tanjore, then in Karaikudi, then in Adhiramapatnam, then in Chennai, then in Andhra Pradesh. So I had varied, by the time I was 10 years, I think I have lived in 10 different cities. Currently, I am a sales and marketing manager with one of the distributors, a fast-moving consumer good distribution in Qatar. And what I like best about my work is I put the smile on people's face. That means I sell toothpaste. And I relieve of their headaches by selling Panadol. So I put people in, healthy, happiness and comfort zone, relieving that pain and for good living. And I like my best. I meet a lot of people in this process on a day-to-day basis in the market, and which really is one thing which I like about my job. Yeah. I'm married to Mrs. Malarvidi Kannabiran, who is from Chennai. And I do have 2 children, a boy and a girl. Both are in colleges right now. And about my hobbies and interests, I'm somebody who is interested in many things, not just one. I read books. I read a lot of them. I'm interested in music, not just hearing, but playing also. I am sort of an adventure buff also. I go riding. I'm a ride enthusiast. And I do like painting, cooking, gardening. There are many things which I really like to do. Then if you really think like, we have so much of things under the sun, like we need to touch at least many of those things and keep yourself engaged and live your life. That's my philosophy. My last vacation was in Ladakh. As Mr. Joseph Stanley was saying, I was lying on a dark night looking at the sky, and the sky was just near my head. With the stars just hanging on your head. In particularly at 18,000 feet above the ground, it's something amazing. That was my last vacation, which I can never forget.
Thank you. I think we got to know more. Guys, the other people, make it short and simple, because we need more exercise we need to do. Who is next?
Yeah, I'll take Stanley. I was born in a village called Sitalandur in Salem district that time, now Namakkal district. Same village. I was spending my time in that village. Those time I didn't have lights and nothing. Just we used to have a chimney light. And what type of work I do? Yes, I'm software engineer. What I like best about my work, creativity. Obvious, we need to do a lot of creative work. Yes, I'm married. I have 2 kids. One is my wife, another is my son. They have children. Yes, obvious. What are some of my hobbies and interests? I like to play football these days with my son and watching cricket and world cricket also. And last vacation was in my my hometown with my dad and mom and my brother. That's it. Thank you.
Good. Thank you, Shekhar. Who is next?
Yeah, I'll introduce myself. I was born in Talisheri, Kerala. It's in Kannur district, and I spent my early years in almost 4 to 5 places. I studied in 8 different schools. So, in fact, I covered the entire South India, Andhra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala. And what kind of work I'm doing right now, I'm licensing the healthcare facilities, hospitals, and medical centers. So I'm in the department where we issue licenses. What do I like most about the work is a lot of people have a lot of doubts because it's a tedious process. So solving their problems, and whenever they say that you have helped me, that's when I get the maximum happiness. I am married. I don't have any kids till now. And my hobbies are watching cricket, learning, getting to know more about spirituality, and interest keeps varying. Sometimes it is photography. Sometimes these days after Corona started, it's been cooking, exploring more things. So in general, I like cooking. In general, I like exploring things a lot, whatever it is.
We will be visiting you soon.
Sure. No problem. And the last vacation was in, I was there in Bangalore, and I also went to Bhubaneswar, Orissa. That's it.
Yes, thanks, Naveed. Who's next, Sulaiman?
Yeah, what was the question, sir? Because my phone is dead, so I logged in another phone.
Okay, fine.
So what is the question?
Where are you born?
Yeah, I born in Tamil Nadu, center of Tamil Nadu, Dindigul district. The district itself very famous about making
biryani.
Homemade, not biryani, desi logs.
Desi logs.
India local made logs. It's very strong logs. Nowadays, all the jeweler shop owners, they are still believing Dindigul logs. Yeah. And another thing is biryani, world famous Dindigul biryani.
Let me ask you the next questions. Where did you spend your early years?
I spent my early years in my hometown itself.
Okay, good. So
I studied in a small.
What you do, Sulaiman?
Sorry, sir?
What type of work you do?
I'm working as an operation manager in the field of wastewater treatment plant.
Okay. What is the best thing you like about your work?
Earlier, I like to travel.
In your job? That's what
In
you
your
like.
job. Yeah. Nowadays, it's more horrible because every day I'm roaming all over the Qatar, corner to corner.
Let me ask you the other question. Are you married?
Yes, I'm married. I have
Have
three
children?
children. Three children. Yeah.
Oh, boy, girl, how many?
Two. First is girl. She is 8 years old. The second is boy. He is 4 years old. And the last one, the naughty boy, he is 1.5 years old.
Okay, good. So what is your hobbies and interests?
Watching TV. That's it.
Good.
Watching TV alone. Late night watching TV.
Where was your last vacation?
My last vacation in my hometown itself. We went for one family function. So I spent whole days in my city itself. I never go any other place.
Okay.
So I felt this is the vacation I spent more valuable because all 30 days I spent my days with my family, father and mother.
Okay, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. I think everyone covered.
Kumaran is spending, I think so.
Yeah. Kumaran, yes.
Yes. Born in Chennai, spent also my early childhood days only in Chennai. I never traveled outside Chennai a lot. The work that I do is I'm an event manager. The best thing about my work is every day it is different because I like it is my that I don't like to do a thing again and again. So I like challenges. So that is what I like in my job. I'm married for 15, 16 years now with two girls. One is at the studying 5th grade and the other one is in the 5th grade. My hobbies and interests, it depends every single time. Today I like, today actually I learned skateboard. Tomorrow, I don't know what. Okay, so it changes. And my last vacation was in Bali, Indonesia. I went to Mount Baja with my family.
That's great. That's great. Thank you all. So what happened now? In the last 10 to 15 minutes, we have been listening to each one's personal story. What happened now?
We connected.
We know, yes, we connected.
Yeah, we connected.
We know something more about our team members.
Bond, yeah.
What we did now is building a relationship. When we start to know that person more than what we just look at a VP education or a VP membership, VP public relationship. So when you start to get to know people more, when you start to build relationship, so what happens is you see a certain pattern. Or now I know Kumaran also went to Bali last year. We both traveled to the same destination, and then I see Georgia and Siberia. The two people travel to European destination. I know two people now from the same place, Tanjavur. So I mean, you can start to mind. Human is so much of things. You start to look at things and you will get connected. So next time you can ask about things. And now I think about Sulaiman more than biryani. I will think about the Tindikal lock.
Tindikal lock.
In Tamil, the same. Maybe the sergeant at arms will ensure that everything is secured in the premises. So when you start to know about the person and you get connected to take it forward. So I'm sure next day, maybe not next day, maybe today, when you go and brush your teeth, and you will think about the Kanabiran. So is the guy is ensuring your good smile. So many things will happen in the small conversations which you talk about other than your job. That's how you build relationship, and this is what needed. And time to time, you need to start to know about each other and to take it forward. So that's the first thing as a leader you need to do it. Second thing is you need to encourage commitment. So encourage commitment is you need to involve each and every team member in the process of goal setting, in the process of planning how to achieve the goal, and coming up with creative solutions for that particular problem. Because only then they will feel that it is my goal. Otherwise, it is a goal of XYZ. So if it is going to be Indian Toastmasters Club's goal, then everyone should contribute for that particular goal statement. And how that each and every individual will come up with the solutions to achieve that particular goal. So if we want to be as a DCP, the president distinguished, then who will do what and what is the innovative solution, what is a creative solution to take it forward. So that's very, very critical for as a team leader. So you may be as a, you may have 2 people part of your subcommittee, Tripti. So if you have grooming 2 leaders for future and they are assisting you to your role of a VP education, so they need to also start feeling that what is the goal of this particular year, how they can contribute in this particular goal to achieve. And if they can come up with some creative solution, you have some issues are there and to get it across, they can contribute. So encouraging commitment is a hallmark of a leader. There is an exercise here which is to stretch your mind to take it forward, because we need to catch up time. I'm skipping this exercise. Is it okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay. So instead of that, we'll have maybe in another slide, we'll take it forward. Another one is fostering collaboration. So when we are communicating, we need to, one of the important aspect of a teamwork is communication. So why is communication is important? If I ask this question.
Transparency.
Creating the transparency. Yeah, correct.
Transparency, very good. What more?
To get everyone on the same page.
To get everyone on the same page. Very good. That.
When you start communicate more, they will also feel the responsible.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the goal, whatever objective and goal that we have, needs to be clear to all the people in the team. So communicating that is very important for everybody's understanding what needs to be done. So communication becomes important at that angle.
Very good. So what happens is you have some thought, you have taken some decision. It is important that everyone knows that what is that particular thing in your mind. You need to communicate. So what happens is, be it ExCom, be it members, be it outside the people should know what is that particular thought. So the sharing of information is very, very critical. So I say the 3 way of communication. So top, down, as well as bottom up, as well as the cross side. Everywhere 360 degrees, everyone has to get the information for them to understand. Another one is providing feedback. So you need to listen to people. When you share some information, people give you some feedback. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you need to listen for this one. So communication is not one way. It is not a one-way traffic. So when you share some information, people will give you some feedback. Yes, this is possible. Yes, we agree. So that feedback is important. There's another point highlighted here on the slide is encourage participation. So it is very, very clear as a team leader, you need to be successful. You need to practice this encourage participation. So in a team of 7 to 8 people now here, sometimes people will hold back for some reasons. They don't speak up. So when they don't speak up, it is your responsibility as a team leader to approach. You need to observe and you see that today I saw you not raising your opinion, or you're trying to say, what you think out. So what happens is, as a leader, you go and approach that particular person. And in today's things, so far we have decided, what is your thought on this particular one? So if someone is keeping silent, it is your responsibility to encourage that particular person to contribute in that particular meeting. So that's very, very vital. So you cannot say that if they have not spoken, it is good. It is very vital that everyone are given an opportunity and encouraged to speak. So that's the important thing. And with regards to communication, there are three things which Toastmaster says is first and foremost is communicate directly. If you want to say something, if I want to say something to Tripti Saha, I have to call Tripti Saha and say that particular information. I don't need to deliver it to Sulaiman and ask Sulaiman to deliver that information to Saha. So communication is very critical, and you will do a one-to-one. If you have to do a one-to-one communication, you will call that person, or you will text him, or you WhatsApp him, whatever your medium, and you will try to make that communication with that particular person. You don't leave it to someone and expect that someone to transfer that particular information. That is one thing. And another one is try to keep your message, keep it simple. So what do you want to say it? You make sure that you will say it in a very simple sentence so that people don't interpret it in a different manner. You say it very clearly with less words. This is what I am expected, or this is what the decision is. So keep it simple. Another one is using the right medium. So I said telephone, email, and all those things. Choose what is that particular medium is okay with that particular people. So I always express to people that I am not comfortable with WhatsApp. If you want to communicate with me, please communicate with me with telephone, or just give me a call, and I will be able to do it across. Sometimes I don't watch my mobile phone because I in a petrochemical plant, so I just leave it away there. If someone needs, they have to give me a call. So I've been conditioned like that. Maybe I won't take my mobile phone inside the plant. So if I see a missed call, then immediately I know that it's something urgent, I'll call back. So you need to know that what is the right medium I should use to communicate with people. So that's the tip which Toastmaster says. For encouraging the collaboration, you need to provide a structure. That's what Toastmasters International and all the leadership books talks about when you want to foster collaboration. First and foremost is ensure authority matches responsibility. If you've been assigned as VP Education, or you've been assigned as VP Public Relationship, whether you have been provided that authority. If Ravneet has to launch a newsletter, whether he has been given that all the resources for him to take it across, that particular task to be executed in a proper manner. Establish roles and accountability. Sometimes what happens is you may have one thing that only Shaker has a team of all the 7 people over here. Maybe you have certain special tasks you need to execute, and you have some team members. So what happens is you give some responsibility to your team members, but if end of the day, if things are not working, you are accountable. So you need to understand that since I've given someone some task, doesn't means that they are accountable. You are accountable. They are responsible because they have been delegated to that particular one. So end of the day, who is accountable for this year is Shaker is accountable. Because Shaker has a team of people to execute these things. Everyone has a role and responsibility to do it. End of the day, it is as a club president, he is accountable for the club success. And everyone contribute to take it forward. And everyone knows that where the boundaries is, what he can do, what he cannot do, where all he can take a decision of himself, where he needs to go back to the club president to take it forward, or maybe in that team leader in a different environment, maybe in an office or in your wherever you work. So you need to know where your boundaries are when you have clarity when whom you need to reach. Another one is to identify expectations. Most of the time, leader forgets to express what I am expected of. They will leave it as a vague. I was thinking that you will do it. So I was thinking of you will do it. It doesn't do anyone good. So you will define very clearly, or maybe you will communicate after the conversation. this is what I'm expecting in this end of this month. So that has to be put it in black and white, or it has been told to him that it is reminded for him, this is what his expectation is. Maybe if it is not possible, and he can give another counter offer. So imagine that if you have goals of say about 10 DCP points or 15, when Indian club is doing always higher up. But I'm saying that if it is there, what is possible, what is not possible. So if the expectation of the leader is this one, and the other person says it is not possible, it has to be made clear. So the expectation of a leader to express is very, very clear, critical. So if these things have been structured in form, it makes much more easier for every members to flourish and take it forward. So let's do an exercise here to do something here. It's little maybe challenging, but I feel that looking at the connection, what we have done now, it is possible. But I don't give much of a time because we don't have luxury of time here because we start a little bit late. You have been assigned a task, say about in less than 10 minutes. Imagine that this is a team of people are here. If you have to design a logo, or you need to come up, I said, I won't say a logo because we will not have much of a time. I would say that if you want to coin one word for this particular team, what would be that one word? What do you want to call yourself? Like, as I said, a dream team, quest team, or something. What do you want to identify this team? So I leave it the floor to you. You can have a conversation. I will time here. Since make it less than 10 minutes. Let's see how the conversation take it forward. Your time starts now. You need to find a name for your team.
Okay, President, let's start.
Yeah, actually, I'm just thinking something to say. Yes, absolutely. You know, we for the past year, we were together as a team. So I would say we can add stitch, you know, as a name. So from there you can carry on. Stitch, S-T-I-C-H.
Okay, there is another word for that. It is called as snitch as well.
Okay.
Okay.
What did it mean?
Any other ideas?
Spark.
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 That's a good one.
Everyone is having spark within themselves, right? And they can come up with their own light to enlighten the efforts of the team.
Absolutely. Let's hear some more from everyone, so we can arrive at some consensus later.
Perfect.
Nived,
Yeah,
do you have any thoughts?
Intelligent
I'm
bonding.
just thinking about a name still. Catchy name. Nothing has come to my mind yet.
Okay. Sulaiman?
I can give a name, Bonder.
What
So
is that?
we all attached together. It's a like of bonding.
Bonder.
Yeah, Bonder.
Okay.
So means without one person, the team will not go. So it's all together. It's attached.
Yeah, it means the bonding you're talking about.
Yeah,
Bonding.
it's a bonding.
Raj Mohan?
Nothing yet. I'll come back to you. Yeah.
Shekhar?
Thinking, Kanna.
Actually, on my opening speech, I said I have, you know, the amigos. You know, it's a team of people. And also I said in my opening speech as 7 nights.
Okay. Why can't we think something like, you know, they call that arsenal, they call, you know, things which are completely...
That devils. Chennai
Yeah,
Super Kings.
I was already putting these devils in the, you know, TT contest.
Yeah.
PT
Tutti
contest.
started, yeah.
I use the word daredevils.
Yeah,
That's a good thing. That's also a good idea.
Super 7.
Super 7.
Yeah, Super 7, nice one.
Super
Simple,
7.
nice
Super
and
7,
expressive.
I like it, Super 7. Yeah, Super 7.
Yeah. Even I like
But
it.
including, what
Yeah.
about IPP? He'll be left out, no, in that case.
Super 7 plus. We can add plus one more, no?
Yeah, plus, yeah.
Because
plus
he
always.
will be always there, no, to support and to lead.
Super 7
So
plus.
Elite 8.
Super 7 plus. Like B positive, super positive.
all the
Yeah.
supermen have the psychic,
Tripti, super 7 positive. Super 7
Yeah,
positive.
why not? Why
Like
not?
B
Yes.
positive, super 7 positive.
Perfect. So the positive energy will flow from Kumara
So,
only.
Yeah. Super 7 positive.
Sagar, why can't we leave one? So we will make it Elite 8.
Yeah.
Elite
Elite
eight.
Or
eight.
Energy 8. Energy 8. Energized 8.
Yeah, correct. Maybe Elite 8, energy 8.
Yeah.
Correct.
Super 7.
I
Super 7
like
positive.
the Super 7.
Positive. Yeah,
as
super
a-
7.
Yeah.
Uday, what about
I'll
you?
give you 2 more minutes to finalize.
Uday, what do you think about it? I think you're on mute. You're on mute.
King 7. Yeah. King 7.
Oh, super 7. Okay.
King 7. No?
King
Someone
7.
Hey,
King 7.
King 7.
Super
King
7.
Oh, King 7.
someone,
Only Royal 7 is missing.
King 7 is already there. King 7 Punjab, something like that. So
someone up.
this 7 up
Yeah,
7 up.
already
Sure.
taken.
someone up.
7 up.
Last 60 minutes, 60 seconds, sorry. 60
I
seconds.
think we will take a
Super
vote
7.
now. Super 7. How many are
Super 7.
voting in favor of Super 7?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5.
Okay.
6, 7.
But then,
Yeah,
but then, what about the eighth one?
We
We
have
should
to
not
add
leave
some-
him, right? We should
Yeah,
not leave
we
Super
have
him.
to
7
add
positive.
some-
Super 7 plus.
Super
Yeah,
7
yeah.
positive. Super 7
Yes,
positive.
yes. Then agree.
Yeah.
Amen.
Super plus 7.
So who will say that the final name? What is the final name?
Super 7 positive.
Super 7.
Super 7
No,
positive.
Positive or plus.
yeah, Super 7 positive. Yes.
Yeah, super 7 positive. Like B positive.
No,
Done.
we'll put
That's
that.
good.
Why do you want to keep positive? Plus is better,
Plus
right?
is, plus is
Yeah.
good because positive
Yeah, Super 7
does
plus.
not say it is 8.
Yeah,
7
Super
plus
7
means
plus.
it's like 8.
Like
Yeah, Super 7 plus.
Sagar, like a blood group. You will
Yeah,
make
B
it
positive.
yes,
If you put
yes,
here, you
yes,
put
7
like 1
plus.
plus.
Yeah, like a B positive, super 7 positive. That's what I said. Yeah.
My phone is 1 plus, so same 7
1
plus.
plus. Yeah, 7 plus.
7
Super
plus.
7 plus.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
super
7 plus. Yes,
Yeah,
7
7
plus.
plus.
Good. So what happened here?
We shared our ideas and we discussed.
We
And we listened to
collaborated.
others. We collaborated.
And we reached this
To
decision.
consensus. Okay.
So not every decision needs to be everyone's liking. So what you have done is you gave everyone the opportunity to speak and try to hear their thought and opinion, and really come into an alignment on what could be there. And there was Kannabran was very smart enough to say that let's do a voting and let's see how the majority of the people are looking at Super 7. So everyone had their own inputs, and finally you all aligned to finally one name to be done, and finally there's a small twist giving a Super 7 plus or Super 7 positive to take it forward. So that's how collaboration is all about. So that's where you as a leader. So I saw a lot of people wearing the hat of a leader, giving opportunity for other people, asking people to express what is your thought, and people say still thinking, still searching on Google to find answers, to make sure that everyone are being asked and everyone being checked. So that's a good sign. So that's a good exercise to take forward. Next thing is as a team leader, you need to start looking for building trust. And in the initial slide, I said I will come back to you. And this is where the element is. You build trust, not just the leader with the members. Members also should build the trust among each other. Only then that will be a Super 7 plus. Otherwise, it will be a one-to-one kind of a relationship to take it forward. If you look at any successful team, every member have their own bonding with each other. At the same time, they have a special bonding with the leader to take it forward. So building trust is a very critical thing, and that has to be build upon to take it forward. For the building trust each other, one important thing is openly communicating openly and honestly. That's a very critical point. That is, if I say something here and I go out or maybe in a different forum also, you express the same thing. Listening and respecting to others' opinion. Each one had different thought. Like we had even Sulaiman was mentioning about border. Yes, that's a different name to take it across. Kumaran was talking about Amigos, Stitch, Twitch, Spark. Those are all different opinions. Respecting those all those opinions to take it forward and demonstrating the commitment. So yes, we are here to take it forward. We are here to collectively take it forward together. Displaying loyalty. Loyalty means as a team leader, as a team member, it is important that we are staying together as a Super 7 Plus. So that any point of time that we don't let go our team. So that's the commitment between all the team members to take it forward. So each and every team members communicate each other, respect each other's opinion, demonstrating commitment, which means that if someone is having some doubt or maybe they are not able to, we had two people need some time to think and come with some ideas. Yes, no problem. Take your own time for that particular thought process. We'll get back to you. So that's the thing, to give certain people some time. Some people come with names just like that. Some people need to think some time to take it across. So you encourage them. Yes, you go ahead. We are behind you, or maybe we can support you till that time with some other thoughts. As a team leader, what you have to do is communicate openly with all the team members, listening to all those people, being loyal, being decisive. So finally, you need to take a call. As I said before, you cannot have all agreeing to that particular thought, but you heard everyone's opinion. And finally, the leader has to take a call on a decision. It cannot be always 100%. As majority goes, and all other people will align and go behind that particular decision. It should be fair because everyone's voice being heard and consistent. So every time a decision is being made by the leader, he uses certain protocols to take it forward. It's not that one day I ask everyone's opinion, the third day I will take a decision, take it forward. So whatever you do, then everyone knows that this is how you will finally conclude on a decision will be made. So that's very vital for a team leader. Let's do here another small exercise. I think we have a time, but we will make it very quick. So let it be a 1 minute of a table topic. Kumaran, at 8:30, this connection will disconnect, or
no, it is an unlimited.
Unlimited. Okay, fine. That's fine. Guys, maybe we may have to stretch a little bit to take it forward. So I want you to, everyone, less than a minute, to share your one failure. One failure? Very short. Like failure. You don't need to elaborate. One failure.
Okay.
Say about one failure in your life, and one based on that failure, what did you learn? So just make it very short and quick. I mean, each one cannot take more than 60 seconds. If it is there, I will show, or I will try to get into the conversation to time out. So that's the way we try to take it forward. Who wants to be first?
I will be the first.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. I failed with one of my team member on his performance because I overdid the job and he was not able to perform to that part. So he didn't attempt to do the job at all because he couldn't match my performance. So I learned that it was the next time I shouldn't be doing that.
Okay, fine, good, fair enough. Next one, please.
Let me take it, Stanley. I took a wrong decision when I was working in Infosys that, I about to get an on-site opportunity in 2007, but due to certain constraints, I couldn't take up. I failed to take the decision. Now, after that, almost 8-9 years, I couldn't get any on-site opportunity. From that, I consider myself. So you need to take a decision in the right time, in the right way.
Good, nice learning. Yes.
I'll go. During my profession, I attended one exam, to which I'm not really, I don't have sufficient experience. I thought I can through this exam. What I learned is I failed in the exam, and I felt that the preparation and experience I was lacking. So that's where I learned, and reappeared again with sufficient experience and sufficient preparation, and I was successful in that exam.
Good. Thank you, Rajmohan. Yes, who's next?
Yeah, I'll just say. Actually, I wanted to take commerce after 10th standard, but due to pressure from others and my own thinking, I ended up taking science. I used to regret that for a long time, but then I realized that there is no point of regretting. It's important to move on in life and take the best decisions once when you have the power of making decisions. And after that, there's no point regretting about it.
Good. Who's next?
Yeah, I am. I first attempt in the engineering examination and I was failed. So I was too much depressed because I'm thinking the first time I will be selected. My friends are selected, all of my friends are selected, but I am not. But the second time I worked hard in proper way and I was selected.
Good. Thank you, Uday. Who's next?
Go ahead. I'll be the last.
I'm still thinking.
Okay.
Because there are many. Okay. Let me catch one thing. I think these days I'm a big failure in managing my time, because most of the time I'm busy with Toastmasters and I'm not able to give proper time to my son when he is at home all the time. So my learning is I need to learn time management and balance between Toastmasters and family in a better way.
Good. Thank you, Tripti. Sulaiman is done?
I am the one who's pending still.
Okay.
See, I learned communication and the way I couldn't communicate properly, I lost a friendship. A friendship that was there for almost 6-7 years. So I want to tell something very important to a person, a male friend only. It so happened like, the way if I tell him, he might be disturbed or he might be sad. So whether to say or not was going on for almost 6 months. But finally I gathered the courage to tell him, warn him. But what eventually happened, because I told him, I lost the friendship. So I considered to be a failure because I didn't know how to communicate and also retain the friendship. So which I could have done if I had thought a little bit more curiously. But that's one area which I, losing a friendship which has been there for almost 6 years or something like that was very, very, I couldn't forgive myself in such sometimes. Okay.
Thank you
that's
for
something
sharing.
which I would say like it's a failure on my side.
Thank you, Kanabaran, for sharing that experience. Yes, Sulaiman. Unmute, please. Unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, I lost the net connection, sir, again. So
Okay.
what was the question?
What was the one mistake or one failure in your life, and what is the lesson learned? And your time is less than 1 minute. Yeah.
The lesson learned, patient, because sometimes you people may see I'm very calm person, but reality I'm not a calm person. Sometimes I just open the mouth when I get full of tension. I just open the mouth, so I lost most of my valuable friends.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Sulaiman.
That's it. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
How do you all feel now? When you are trying to expose yourself, when you are trying to show that we are not super perfect in everything, when you show your vulnerability, you will start to reach respect and take it forward. Because most of the people think that as a leader, I am perfect, I don't have any mistakes. When you have a mistake, and you express it out and you share it across with your team members, you start building more relationship. That's where you start building trust, because trust is when that you can able to share your personal story and your failure story to the team members, and that's where the bonding takes place, relationship taking place, trust is building up there. So whom we can give the golden egg, so that's the exercise here we are calling as golden egg. So whose experience we can give the golden egg award for best failure and the best learning lessons we learned from the leader who expressed today. Whom do you think that was a nice lesson that we should all learn?
Kannabiran.
I would vote Kannabiran.
Kannabiran. Okay.
That happens to everyone, what he said.
Yeah.
Fine, good. So Kannabiran, you are having the golden egg today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good. So building trust is there, and we are leaving to the last segment, that is resolving conflict. So why conflict appears is people are all raised from different backgrounds, different experience in their life, different objectives. So these are all people, like we can say Joseph Shabu. Joseph Shabu of last 40 years has his own beliefs, he has own values, his own experience in things. So that's what defined him to take it forward. So we are all combining as a team today here. So we need to understand people are coming from different backgrounds. So that where we need to express and take it forward. Differing expectations. So I am looking at that we can achieve 20 awards this year, and someone says last year we did 40, we did 50, we should go 100 this year. So we need to make sure that what are these differing expectations. Each one will have a different thought process, different perceptions. Because of their beliefs and background, they will think things in totally different angle. So for you is a problem, for them it is not a problem. For you, like a Zoom meeting is a difficult. By Kumaran, it is just an ease of cake, or for Shekhar, he's from the IT background, it's much more easier. For others, it is difficult. So each one will see things in a different manner. So that's where, if it is not understand, that's where the conflict comes in. Sometimes what happens is unwilling to resolve the conflict. There's something is there, misunderstanding is there, and you leave it there, and finally it ends up in a big way. So if you look at how we can avoid a conflict, there are 5 different ways are there. First is avoidance. If there is a conflict, you imagine yourself as nothing happened, and you move forward. And another one is accommodative. Okay, you know that there's a problem is there. I know that, but I don't want to spoil the relationship, and let it be there as a parcel and move forward. And another one is a win-lose kind of a thing, where the person will, the strong person who will try to argue and try to enforce that particular solution, and that person wins, the other person loses. So what happens is that it is not a win-win situation anymore. So it is someone is imposing on certain thoughts to take it forward. And another one is compromise. So you want to make sure that relationship is most important. So you will come up with a solution which is not the best solution for you or for me. So you will come with a plan C. It is not plan A and plan B. You will come with a plan C, which is not adding any value, or it will add value, but it is not to the 100%. So you will work with a compromise one. And another one is consensus, where you'll have listened and heard to people, and that's what you happened with Super 7 Plus. You came with so much of discussion happened, and finally you came with the majority of one, and everyone aligned to take it forward. So that takes some time, that you need to felicitate as a leader to come with that final conclusion to take it forward. So that's the things. Certain conditions are there, like for if you want to resolve this one, first you need to understand what the problem is. You need to take the joint responsibility that we need to resolve it. an opportunity to speak. You need to speak. If you want to resolve it, prior to that, you need to make sure that you will be in a speaking condition. If you're not going to talk each other, definitely you're not going to resolve the problem. Receptiveness for the solutions has to be looked at. What is the thing you're going to be gaining from resolving this one? So these are the precursor prior to resolving a conflict. Reaching a consensus, which you did and you demonstrated in the earlier exercise. Encourage everyone to speak, emphasize on the agreement. You all said Super 7, finally you had a Super 7 plus. You determine if someone is challenging something, you listen to them, why that particular objection is. Why not that particular idea has not been put forward to take it forward. So those are the things you will look into it in the way forward in reaching to consensus. And you at any stage of time, you take it forward, you see this one, you had Super 7 and you had Elegant 8 or something coming across, but they said Super sounds good. The Kings 7 was there, Kings 11. Finally, you said this is finally we are reaching to Super 7. So at one point of time, the Super 7 was this could be better, this could be better, you take it for. So anytime a discussion is taking place, maybe some partial agreements will take place in your conversation. So start building on that particular conversation. Don't leave it to summarize at the end. Yes, we had this issue, we have reached halfway through. We need to find the solution for the next half. So that's how you can take it forward. So that's the 5 elements we touched upon from the beginning on the team environment. I would like to share a small story before we wind up this particular session. Do anyone know this gentleman?
No.
No, Stanley. No.
No, no.
No.
So he is Dave Barrelsford. Until 2003. 1908 was the last time British cycle team won a gold medal in Olympics. And their track record on France Detour, cycling race, they have not won anything. 2003, the UK Cycling Association, he came in there as a leader for taking this particular task. At the time, the European cycle manufacturers were not keen to give the cycle to UK team because they don't want the cycle to be used by a losing team who never ever progress in any medals in the Olympics. That was a scenario. So he came in and started to look things in breaking down things, small ways of looking at how they can go forward. He started to look at the cycle. He said the tires has to be cleaned with alcohol before the race so that it will be very pristine in condition, so the performance will go up. He looked at the seats, how we can modify and with it cushioning it will add value. The jersey, what they're doing it, how it can be aerodynamic to make an impact. He painted the truck where the cycles were transported in white in color, so that what happens is if there is a small dot of dust accumulated, they will dust it off, so that will give a small performance. He looked at the cyclist pillow so that the cyclist have a good sleep. He looked at the way he teached people before the COVID itself, how to wash their hands properly so that these people doesn't get common flu, cold, and affecting their performance. He looked at which massage gel will add value. So he looked at small things and tried to make a tiny change there and try to make an improvement. And do you know what happened? After 5 years, they took part in Chinese Olympics. 60% of all the cycling races medal this team won. And another 4 years later, when it took place in London, this team got 9 Olympic medal, in which 7 are world record. What he did is, as a team, he was making the team to believe and belonging as one purpose. There is a big thing for 100 years as a UK team, we couldn't achieve it. And he said it is possible. Let bring in small changes. Whatever knowledge, whatever skill set as a team member, you are having it. Whatever idea it is. Maybe it was looking like a crazy thought for other people, but he listened to these people and he started to see small changes, and finally all those tiny changes he has put in for the team brought in all those records. And continuously for 6 years, and London guy, British guy, was won the France Tour on these things, which has never happened for 116 years. And this is the fact. And that's what each and every team does with the team members, when the team leaders all gel and make it as one cohesive team. There are not Super 7. The Super 7 is one whole big team, and they are one and taking forward, and that's where the changes takes place. So it is possible. You can, whatever you aspire as a team, he said every individual will discover that I was not able to do it before, but as a team, I was able to be supported by people. They were pushing me to achieve certain pinnacles. So when the team is achieving huge, every individual is learning more and achieving. And Kumaran, in the starting of the meeting, he was said that he has learned a lot in being in the team. So that's what you're going to experience the next 365 days in your new role. You are going to learn yourself, you are going to discover yourself, and you progress forward. And when you progress forward, the team is going to be moving forward. And Super 7 Plus is going to achieve a lot of things which you are going to design in the coming days. So I wish you all good luck. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to present this wonderful module to you. Any questions?
It's our pleasure, Stanley. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
That was a wonderful, great session, Stanley sir. Every time we enjoy a lot, and it's a good learning, seriously.
Thank you.
It's really very nice learning. I mean, we have never thought of, taking it forward like this, but that's a good start. Hats off.
So we got the name. We got a name.
It was nice listening to you, sir. A lot of insights.
Thank you.
Actually, it's our pleasure to start with a new term with this training, Stanley.
Who made this?
Kumaran.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a beautiful logo. See, Stanley sir, you said no need of logo because of time constraints. See, the team leader is ready with the logo.
That's what I'm saying.
What else we want, right?
That's what I'm saying. Collectively, each one has a different asset. And how you harness the asset makes a difference.
True.
Thank you, Toastmaster Joseph Stanley, for that motivational presentation and then a workshop that engaged my team and Super 7 Plus. Ralph C. Smedley, one of his quotes is, "We learn best in the moment of enjoyment." So I believe this workshop created that enjoyment within us, and we have learned so many things from you. Thank you very much. And I would like to declare this meeting, special workshop, closed. Thank you.
Umar, can you take a picture now? I mean, the screenshot.
Yes. All people are there. Yes.
All people are there. Super 7, so it sounds good. If you can
with accent.
Already in pose.
With accent.
Okay. Fellow Toastmasters, I need your feedback. I hope you all have my WhatsApp number. So if you can text me out how do you feel everything, because of limit of time. So if you can just drop down your experience today, it will be good. And today is with this, I'm reaching my pinnacle today of DTM. So thank you.
Perfect. Many congratulations, sir. That's a wonderful news. Many congratulations.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, can you all give a thumbs up? Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Yes. This is the picture. Let us see.
It's a very good session as an icebreaker for everybody to know each other. It's really a good one which we have done today.
See, most of the people we were working together from last 1 year, right? But we did not know so much about each other till now. But today, good job.
Okay, this is the picture. I will post it in the group. Okay.
Yeah, please. Thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Joseph, I have recorded this whole conversation, the whole meeting itself. Can I post it on the groups for our people? Is that okay?
Maybe the groups, but I don't want to take it out to the public.
I think official group only we should post.
Because